So this conflict results primarily from the disagreement about the authenticity of the hadith that I just mentioned. Um, but in the Hanafi method, for wiping over to be valid, there are some rules. This is the Hanafi method, also the Shafi'i and Maliki. So the ruling is that sock that you wear for the boots that you wear should be they should be stiff and thick enough to stand without tying shoelaces after being worn. And then three, they should cover feet to the ankle bones. And four, they should not pass water through themselves instantly by absorbing water. So it should have some type of water resistance. And it should be thick enough to not show inside, so nothing transparent. Neither of the hooves should have a hole, tear, or rip three times wider than the little toe. So if some sock or hoofs they have these qualities, then it is permissible to wipe over them. It is permissible to make mesah over them. This is sort of a conflict. Why? Because one message says it's okay to wipe over even a regular sock as long as it covers up to the ankle bones. And then the key message say it is not. So my humble recommendation would be I guess to go with the three methods, unless you're in like a very, very emergency situation, which I'm not sure if that would happen with applying mesa over socks. But if you are in a situation, and if some brothers and sisters want to follow that, we can't throw that away because there is a place for it in one of the dominant methods. So, but it is best to stick with what everybody has consensus on. So, it's best to go with if you're gonna use hoofs, which in this country would be very helpful to use. Um, I would go with the letter, just to be safe. Ad-din al-nasiha, right? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says. So it is best to go with what everybody has consensus on. So next question is, does taking off hoofs and wearing them again while in the state of ablution invalidate ablution? So if you make the ablution yourself, regular ablution, and then you put on your hoofs, and then you take them off without without invalidating your wudu, at best, then you can put them back on, and no problem. But if you made the ablution with wiping over them, then once you take them off, then you have to do full regular ablution. So if you take them off with regular ablution, you can put them back on. If you put them on after wiping over them, then you can't put them back on, and you have to redo your ablution. Next question is, how should a person who has a bandage, cast, or wound in his body or on a limb perform ablution? So we kind of talked about this in the past weeks, but we'll just read it again, inshallah, for people that are here. If washing an organ that is broken or wounded harms the wound or sets back its recovery, then it is permissible to just wipe over them. And even if wiping over them causes a trouble, causes pain, and then sets back the recovery of that certain organ, then we can just leave it alone. So the religion again here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes things easy for us. He wants us to pray, yes, but He gives us ease on situations that we cannot have control over. So, when one has bandages in any part of the body due to a broken or displaced bones or wounds, these bandages are opened, organs are washed, if possible, and the place of the wound is wiped over while performing ablution or ghusl. If that does not give the wound harm. So if it harms it, we can wipe over the cast, over the bandage. Even if doing that harms it, we can leave it alone. So it is enough to apply mesa over the bandage once that limb becomes ritually cleaned when the bandage is wiped. The fact that the limb was bandaged when a person was not in a state of ablution, or he was, that has nothing to do with it. Because again, this was something that a person does not want, right? Who would want to cast on their heart? But if it happens, um, you can't say, let me make a quick ablution before you put this on. It's going to hurt. So you do the medical part first, and then you can wipe over with your wet hand afterwards, inshallah. In the event that a bandage is changed, right, or cast is going to be renewed, again, if the wound is not recovered, then you don't have to make an ablution before putting on the new one. If the bandage or cast covers most of the limb of minor or major ablution, one could perform tayammum instead of regular ablution. And this is because of the verse that I will read, inshallah. The verse goes, and if you are in a state of janaba, then purify yourself. But if you are ill or on a journey, one of you comes from the place of relieving himself, or you have contacted women, and you do not find water, then seek clean earth and wipe over your faces and hands with it. So this verse indicates that one may perform tayammum in such difficult situations. So, and I will end with this next question, inshallah. What is the duration of validity of mesah of the khufs for excused people? The validity period of mesah over khufs for excused people is 24 hours for residents, and if you're a traveler, it is 72 hours. And this is actually the same for everybody. So it doesn't matter if you have an excuse or if you don't have an excuse. 24 hours if you're a resident, or 72 hours if you are a traveler. And we will end with this, inshallah. Please make lots of dua for our brother Abdullah. As you guys know, he fell from stairs. And our brother Yasin's wife is still in the hospital. Inshallah, I talked to him and he said they should be releasing her tomorrow. But you know, she still needs dua from all of us, inshallah, so don't forget them in your duas. Jazakumullah khairan. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولكم. لله تعالى الفاتحة. And inshallah next week we're gonna go over usul.